They do an insert.
Guys, wait,
Okay, she doesn't know what cesarean. Flag.
She didn't know it meant cesarean.
And therefore she doesn't have to
She
give
didn't
birth.
know
It's
it meant
technically birth, but it's
cesarean,
much
that's
safer.
all.
So that's
Or a
actually safer than an
C-section.
abortion.
She's never heard of a C-section.
Sorry, Lily.
No,
Raise
she
the red flag.
has. Oh my god.
It's true. V is right. V is right.
Hello,
Wait,
how are you?
what?
What's your name?
She knew what a
Nice to meet
C-section
you.
was. She'd never heard it
I
called a
would say with
cesarean
abortion, I
section.
think, it's they're not giving any sort of allowance for that.
Wait,
And
why
I
are they
think,
raising the flag for that?
You know, a lot
I
of
think it's because of those
people
rubber
who are
bands in
pro-life,
his mouth.
They say that they're pro-life, but I think they're really pro-birth because with firearms, the United States has some of the highest firearm deaths.
This is really
What
gonna
is
get
happening?
out
What
of
is he
bad
the
talking
nations,
about?
right?
skulls in
We
a
acknowledge that that's for
knot,
children who
but
are
I
actually
thought it was because
living
he
and
was
breathing.
black.
So I feel like abortion.
Yeah, I'd raise the red flag on that alone.
Your point.
Gun violence stuff.
Because
later,
he
but
would
I
have
wanna
left
really
the
stay
girl
focused
way
on
before it
abortion.
got to that.
You can say you see my point.
Well, that's where I have an issue because abortion is not being done willy-nilly. It's like the life of the mother is always.
How many abortions do you think we have every day in America?
Oh,
Guess.
I'm not sure.
Guess.
I didn't know his point, but I get it now.
I'm honestly not sure. Maybe I don't know, 1,000.
4,000 a day. So
4,000.
it is kind of willy-nilly.
Oh.
Wait, what's your population? Your population is like 300 and something million, right?
Yeah, 300 something million.
Right, 300 and something million, and you're telling me how much? 4,000 per day?
Well, but if it is murder, then you have an issue, right?
Right.
Okay. But
If you're operating under the assumption that it's murder, then that's a concerning number.
I only understand his argument now that I'm listening to it. He's saying that like murder is kind of like you go out and you take like vigilante justice pretty much, right? And he's saying that's not what's happening with abortion. It's in a controlled setting. Like, I don't know. Not a very good argument, but I didn't get it before.
Sorry.
What if you're pretty sure your baby is Hitler?
I just want to clarify the thing that you're
Maddie
aiming
won the
for
chair.
is less abortion, right? That would be what you would want, or at least no abortion.
Eventually, it's also a protection of those that can't protect themselves. But yes, and that's why after the reversal of Roe versus Wade, we saw abortions go down dramatically in Texas, Alabama, Mississippi. We saw thousands of babies that are now alive and well that are able to have amazing lives thanks to the reversal of Roe versus Wade.
What?
I don't think a lot of that is true.
We also saw
Yeah.
death in
That-
pregnant women go up
It's not true,
dramatic.
because when you make abortion illegal, it doesn't actually decrease the amount of
That's a
abortions
nice
that happen.
talking point. In Texas, the numbers show differently. The birth
It
rate has
does.
gone up.
Yeah, legal.
It doesn't
goes down,
decrease
but
it
illegal
entirely.
Abortions still happen. Abortions still happen outside of
So
whatever data you're
That's
showing.
not true, but let's just say well, if you
40?
if you want to, well, first of all, if you count,
Of course, fewer people have abortions if it's illegal. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what she's trying to say, but failing.
Thing than a
Well, it's just
chemical
not the
abortion
point to
is
argue
abortion.
at all.
Right. Exactly.
Things. And I'm
It
not
has nothing to do with whether it's
I'm not debating
moral
you,
or
I'm
not.
debating her. So if you want to do the flags and come back in, try and be faster next time. So let me ask you this. So the question is, we should try to limit unjust suffering of human beings, right?
Sure.
Okay, that's my position, is that there's unjust suffering of anywhere between 1.4 to 1.6 million abortions a year of human beings that are being massacred in the womb. And so that's not a woman's rights issue, that's not a men's rights issue, that's just a human rights issue.
Okay, the best way to decrease abortions happening is proper sex education. Limiting abortion and making abortion illegal does not actually decrease the amount of abortions that happen.
So what is your evidence of that?
What is my evidence of that?
Because we have increased sex education in the last 30 years.
Our sex education is so bad in America.
Well, by bad,
This has
what do you
nothing
mean
to
by
do
that?
with
We
the
have-
prompt.
We have more access.
Right.
I agree, but again, I think she's pointing out how he's misinformed, which is kind of
but
good.
the prompt is isn't it something like I think abortion is murder? Or
Yeah,
something?
it says abortion is murder and should be illegal.
Abortion is murder should be. It's
Yeah.
up there. And I didn't even see that. Yeah, so this conversation is irrelevant to the prompt, but
It may be irrelevant, but it's still pointing out how he's misinformed and he's using like misinformation to try and like lead his path and his judgment kind of thing. And I think it's a good way of showing like how stupid he is to some degree, or how he's using wrong information to have a standing, or to grandstand on this fucking abortion is illegal murder.
Hi, Parker. Nice to meet you. Yes.
Nice to meet you, Charlie.
Big TikTok guy here.
So, like, pedophiles, people who were married to children in the past and normalized in that society, should they go to prison?
Should pedophiles?
Like, if you could go back in time, would you put those pedophiles in prison that married those children because it was normalized? They were deceived into thinking it's okay. Would you put them in prison?
You got to slow down.
Sorry.
Pedophiles should get the death penalty.
No, so you'd go back in the past, you'd give them the death penalty, even though they were deceived into thinking it was okay. But you said people who get abortions who are women shouldn't go to prison.
But it's not currently illegal.
Okay, regardless.
Pedophilia
at that
is
time,
current.
at that time, it wasn't.
No, I would not go back and retroactively enforce laws where things were currently not illegal.
You wouldn't put pedophiles in prison in the past.
Hold on a second. When was it illegal? When was it legal in America?
Well, child marriage was legal in America throughout the early 1900s, and especially throughout most of society for thousands of years, especially in the Old Testament and in the Bible. Right?
Well, hold on a second. So where is the Levitical law that allows you to marry a child?
Oh, yeah. So
You see, he's like deflecting. You need to point to the law. It's like, bro, they were doing it. Fucking.
Well, even though I know what he means, it's like pedophile. I think just it speaks to attraction, not necessarily the act. Maybe pedophilia. I don't know. I think it's just speaking to what someone's attracted
child molestation, child rape. I mean,
Right. Yeah. So it's kind of, I guess, pedantic, but still.
Yeah.
So-
Can you name the verse?
Well, I can't name the verse, but the particular conditions that are enlisted in the Bible are that you have to be physical maturity and emotional maturity, which is extremely vague and throughout society has been seen to be met at puberty.
There is not a verse, but let's kind of go
Okay,
back.
so when is
let's
the
go
age
back
of
to
consent
abortion.
under your view?
Let's go back to, generally agreed upon it's 18 years old. But let me ask you
Because you don't go based on what's generally agreed. You go based on the Bible.
I say 18 years old. But let me ask you a question.
Where's that in the Bible?
When does life begin?
Conception.
The conception, great. So good. So should we protect all life at conception?
I care about sentient life, not
Sentient.
cellular
So
life.
when do brainwaves start?
Do you think brain dead people should be able to pull the plug on, like a family should be able to pull the plug on an individual
Hold on,
in the
you
family
gotta
that's
answer.
brain
You
dead?
gotta answer the question. When do brainwaves start?
You can see brain
deflecting. Just answer the guy's question.
waves around 6 to 8 weeks, which in
I
brain
agree,
dead individual there are brain waves as well. So the
Got
brain
it.
waves necessary to produce a
What-
subjective experience
so
are
don't-
met until around
Can you
18
see it
through
from
26
my
weeks in the
Can you
womb.
see it from my perspective that at 6 to 8 weeks those brain waves will actually increase, not decrease, if allowed the process of development to continue?
Did you know those same EEG scans exist in brain dead people that you don't think are
no,
sentient?
but the difference with the brain dead people is that the likelihood of those brain waves actually increasing is very low at 6 to 8 weeks, when by 15 weeks they can hear the
It's
mom's
impossible.
voice.
It's irreversible sensation. That's what brain
Well,
death is. I
hold on,
apparently didn't know that.
But no,
it's not coma.
But you're doing a red herring. Go back to
No, it's
6
not. What's a red herring?
A red herring is where you avoid the topic and you say something that is adjacent or symmetrical to what I'm saying, but not actually what I'm saying.
You mean a reductio ad absurdum? That's not a red herring.
A 6 to 8 week baby, if they're allowed to continue to develop,
Some debate,
what ends
bro.
up happening-
Shit.
Right?
At a certain point, it will become a sentient being in the
Got
future.
it.
The
So
same way
that-
that if I keep engaging in sex with my girlfriend, there'll be a baby in the future. Yet I don't
Well,
care about the
unless
sperm.
you're infertile, which we don't know. But
Oh, I'm
so
not.
let's see the
Ooh.
process of development, right?
Shots fired.
Do you wanna answer my question yet?
Why do you have the ability or the
Should,
right?
should those child P3Os go to prison?
The process of
Should the
development
pedophiles go to prison?
from 1904. How many pedophiles
From
are alive
behind.
from 1904?
They're not alive, right? I meant like if you can go back in the past,
Okay, that's just-
hypothetically speaking, and you could put them in prison.
Should-
Would you put them in
Well,
prison?
I would have killed them myself if I was alive. Back
Okay, so
then.
then,
But, like,
you don't apply
but-
it based upon what people are deceived to believe.
But-
You apply it
yes,
based
I
upon
do.
what you consider to be
That-
moral.
it's a
So the
separate
women who had
issue.
abortions, you think they should go to prison.
No,
So why
no,
should
I-
women
I-
who get abortions go to
I've
prison,
never- I've
but
never
someone
said
like
that.
my mom who
This
told
is
me that
not-
Santa Claus exists
This is
shouldn't go to
not
prison
going to
because
be a
they're both
constructive
sense?
debate if you keep on talking over me.
Well, I
right?
was finishing my statement and you were talking over me,
but
but go for it.
Let me ask you a very simple question. Do you think it would be a good thing if we had less abortions in America?
It depends on the context. Like, are the abortions prior to sentience?
Yes.
Because I
all
think-
abortions.
No, it would not be necessarily
are you
better
against
unless it is
late-term
the case that the
abortion?
people didn't want the abortions and it would be negatively impactful to their health medically speaking.
Are you against
'Cause I think
late-term abortion?
After sentience, yes.
Okay, so you believe in an 8-week abortion ban?
Yeah. No, I don't. Sorry, I believe in an abortion ban after 18 through 26 weeks.
Okay, that's
Sorry,
a
my
more
bad.
reasonable position.
What?
I have to give you credit for that.
It's
Why-
similar to Trump's. 15
yeah,
weeks?
Yeah, so why do you think
What
that
the-
most people don't share your view on that?
This is weird.
Well, people just don't really know what sentience is. There's not a lot of conversation about abortion, and these conversations are very difficult. Like
This
they're
guy is some
conceptually
type of
hard to go
libertarian
through, and I
idiot.
understand why a lot of
Yeah.
people don't understand
for sure.
their positions on it.
So
But I think people
you
have
are where most
You're cutting me off.
Americans
I thought we weren't cutting people off.
I was actually complimenting you.
So if you had a daughter and she was 10 and she got raped, and she was
Well,
going to
I-
give birth
I
and
do
she
have
would
a
no
daughter.
wait oh and she was going to give birth and she was going to live, would you want her to go through that and carry her
Well,
rapist baby?
That's awfully graphic. The answer
It's
to-
no, but it's a real life
Okay,
scenario
well,
that happens
calm
to
down.
many
The
people.
answer is yes, the baby would be delivered.
Oh, okay, great. So that's insane.
But let me tell you why. No, hold on. Let me ask you a question. There's 2 ultrasounds I have. One is a baby conceived in rape. One is a baby conceived by a loving couple. Which one is which?
Your daughter was
which
probably
person here was
hopefully
which person
conceived by
here?
a
Which
somewhat
person here
loving
was
couple.
conceived by rape? Tell me which one was conceived by rape.
You don't know.
Exactly, because it's all human rights and
But
it's all
that
human
doesn't
beings.
matter.
So you-
It's about your daughter who has to
What?
give birth to it and is going to be tortured by that
Hold
for
on
the
a second.
rest of her
You-
life.
you are
That's
not-
going to take away every
Hold on a
freedom
second.
she's ever going to have.
Well, hold on.
That's going to
Every
ruin
freedom.
her life. She's
You
going to
know what?
grow up and she's going to be
Abortion-
Okay, this
attached to
bitch is
another man.
crazy.
What are you talking about? She's
This,
she's
I mean,
asking-
no,
What?
but the way her eyes, bro. I mean,
I
forget.
don't care about her eyes. This is
Oh
a part
no,
of the
she's
video-
nuts. She will cut your
No.
dick off, bro.
Listen, this was a snippet that I saw, and that made me want us to watch this. It's the mere fact that she's asking just a legit question, and then he says no, his daughter would still give birth to the rapist baby.
Well,
Imagine a 10-year-old.
Here's the thing. He has to, based on what he thinks or what he says he thinks, he has to say that because it's murder either way. So he's being consistent. I mean, I don't agree with him, but he's being consistent in the sense
Daniel-
that saying it's murder.
Daniel, you're such a secret Republican.
Well, I mean, I like I said, disagree, but he has to say that. If he didn't say that, then well, you're okay with murder then.
And she has crazy eyes, so don't consider
Oh,
her.
well, I mean, yes, her being this emotional is not helping.
Dude, he just said, okay. She was hoping. No, stop. She was hoping that he had some ounce of like humility and like humanity in him. And so what happened is she wasn't ready for him to bite the bullet of, yeah, I'd let the child would be delivered. I'd let
Yeah,
my
she
kid-
didn't see that coming, so she went
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it would infuriate any woman to hear that a man would allow a daughter.
Wait, Mad Star.
What?
No, what actually happened is she was not ready for him to bite that bullet.
Yeah, and I understand that, but I'm saying, like, even in that moment, it must be infuriating for a woman to hear a man say he would force his child to give birth to a
you might be
rapist
right.
baby. Are you insane? No woman should ever hear
Yeah,
that come from a man.
I don't think all women would feel exactly that way, but you might be right.
I very
would
much
hope.
disagree. I very much disagree with forcing them to do that, of course. But he has to. If for what he believes, he has to bite it. If not, he's not consistent. And again, like we were saying,
That's why she asked it, yeah.
she thought he would definitely
She
say,
thought this
"Oh,
was
okay,
consistent.
okay, well, yeah, if my daughter was raped, of course."
Well, not my daughter, yeah.
And then she
No.
could point out his inconsistency, but she
Yeah.
can't if he does bite the bullet.
So part of it is that I think she's like, you little debate pedophile. You're actually gonna sit here and lie to my fucking face. Like you'd let your daughter do that. And so then she brings up all the reasons why he shouldn't do that. Like she's pissed.
But it
because
plays
he's lying
into it.
to her, she thinks. And then also she wasn't ready for that to be his answer.
But it plays into his optic advantage for her to be pissed by it.
Yes, it does.
Because then she seems like the type of chick that'll cut your dick off.
You.
Oh, check out her eyes, bro.
Check out her eyes. Dear God, Daniel.
Have you seen her
Look,
eyes?
I'd give her a go, but I would get out of there real quick.
We need to do with Daniel. We need to do that game or whatever where you look at felons and then decide what their felony was.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I tell a lot by the eyes.
You
can tell a lot.
Yeah, this is
Oh
why
my
I'm
God,
saying
I think I
that.
just had a
We have to
cramp.
do that.
Daniel, why are you killing me? You're so bad, Daniel. Oh, okay, let's keep going.
Like Kirk's got the eyes of a pretty good used car salesman.
Yeah.
What?
Who drinks a lot?
Kirk has the eyes. I'm about to burn him, you guys. Of a college dropout.
Ouch. Okay. We're good to keep going?
He is, by the way.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
The point is how you were conceived is irrelevant to what human rights you get.
But-
Hold on one second. If a person conceived in walks down the side of the street, it's not like they don't get First Amendment rights or Second Amendment rights.
It's
or
not
Fourth
about
Amendment
that
rights.
person.
The worst thing to do to that the daughter is to then say, "Hey, we're gonna go murder the being inside of you."
They wouldn't even know.
The
like,
word.
They wouldn't know.
Listen.
Worst thing that could happen.
Wait,
Worst
does he
thing.
think a 10-year-old understands the ramifications of having a thing grow inside of her?
I think
Giving birth?
I can't remember if it's this girl, but one of the girls brings up that there was like a 5-year-old girl that gets raped. So she should deliver, right? She should have to deliver, right?
No.
That's what he ends up having to bite the bullet up. But I think
this is the girl. This is the girl because this is the clip that I saw that made me want to watch this. But it's not a 5-year-old. It's a 10-year-old.
No.
It's a 10-year-old.
It might have been a different girl that said it. I don't know who. Nope, it's 5.
Okay, but I'm telling you, it's a 10-year-old. No, but
no,
okay.
5.
But I'm saying it's this one. But we'll continue.
Except that I'm saying
no,
something evil happened and we do something good in the face of evil instead of saying we're going to do evil and then murder the being because we're going to pander to the evil. No, what makes the West great is that we do good after evil, not evil after evil.
It's not about the being and the cells. It's not about. No. I'm speaking. I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
I think that this is super deserved, by the way.
No, I'm speaking. No, I'm speaking. No, I'm speaking.
Want to say one more time?
No, I'm speaking.
Got it.
Thank you.
It looks really
it's not-
babyish, but it works.
I'm talking about the
you
person.
don't care about that.
She will cut it off in a second. She won't even feel bad.
Anyone,
about
you're
it.
just sexist. Chill.
She won't feel bad about it at all. Guaranteed.
If a guy did this, Daniel, you would never say he would cut off a clit. You would never say that.
Depends.
How could you possibly do that? You can find it to begin with.
Yeah, he would cut off a titty.
Oh god, guys!
Daniel would never say that ever.
In our class, we have 3 Ryan Kim.
Daniel, you're such a covert sexist. It's so weird.
Is it covert?
It's not. Yes, it is.